world, right? So if you're excited, just comment below excited and let me know. It's day number 1 where we'll be talking more about how about finalizing your topic and prerequisites, right? So I'll be sharing a presentation soon, and of course, I'm sure you will love it. Right, so again, same as earlier, if you have any questions, just comment below, and once I will do some Q&As during the live session. But in case if you still have some questions after the live session, you can always post your comments just below this video, just below this live, and I'm going to answer that. Right, so I hope you can hear me well. I'm just keeping my mic closer. So now let me just share the presentation, what I'm going to cover today. All right, so let me know if you can see that. Just comment below if you are able to. Hey Siddhant, how are you, man? Great to see you here. So I will be, yes, it's working fine. So you can see my video. I don't know how to remove that, how to move that around, but the heading is Launch Your Expertise, the 21-day challenge. So this is a day 1 where we'll be talking more about your topic and the prerequisites you must have. Of course, it's not gonna be like you don't have to do a lot of work, but I just want to cover some basics. We'll be talking about some myths that you may have, and we'll break those myths, and you know, that will set you free to launch your first course or the next course, whatever it is. So let me know if you're watching this live. Just comment below #live. If you're watching this on replay, just put #replay. Okay, and let me see that. Cool. So now let's begin with this topic. So first day, we got to be excited, and of course, only first day you should not be excited. You should be excited for the entire 21 days. I know there'll be a lot of motivation required. There will be a lot of push required, right? So make sure that you are available here. If you have any challenges, just comment below or post your questions so that you can get this answered and move forward, right? Don't stuck anywhere, right? So hey Raju, great to see you all watching live. All right, so first, before we talk about your topic and the prerequisites, let's break all the myths that you may have about online courses and online training digital courses. Whatever the courses, whatever the thing you say, it's a digital product. It's basically like packaging your knowledge and experience into a product which you can sell to outside world, right? And people can learn from it and grow. So first, let's break all the myths. So I have 2 sections here. Number 1 is the myth, which will be covered in the left side. And then we have the facts, which are on the right hand side, right? So I hope it's very clear. And then I'm going to take 1 myth at a time, and then I'm going to tell you what exactly the fact is. So let me know what kind of myth you may have. So that we need some hand-holding too when required. Absolutely, you are in this community. If you have any questions, if you have any challenges, in case if you need some push, then I can post specifically and give your name in the post that, hey Siddhant, how your course is going on? Can you just update? You know, that kind of thing I can do if you like. But yes, the hand holding is there in the community because I want you to launch your first course. Once you do your first course, next courses will become very easy for you, right? And that will become like the easiest path to do. So you have hand holding. Don't take anything which is holding you back and just stop. Make sure that you are asking those questions and getting that answered. If you're not asking the question, then you know you will always carry that challenge with you, and it will not be sought out, right? So let's talk about the number 1 myth. So number 1 myth people have about online courses or online or digital product or whatever it is. It says my program should be at least 10 to 20 hours long, right? That's one of the myth. Like when we start creating something to teach people, we should think like if I don't create a course which is like a big course, 10 to 20 hours, or like, let's talk about 5 hours. I have seen people create their first course 60 hours, 50 hours, which is like insane. Right? And it takes so much of time, right? So that's basically is a myth, right? You don't need a huge course to start with. All you need, the fact is, your program can be 30 to 45 minutes or 60 minutes long, where you are going to deliver the results to your audience, right? It should be very specific and it should deliver results. So that's the fact. So I hope you get free out of this myth that your course should not be this long. When I launched my first course, it was about 1 hour, like 60 minutes course, right? And that course is still working pretty good. It's generating lead for me every single month, more than 1,000 leads in a month. So I can say that it works really great. Your course need not to be huge. Your course should be short, simple, result based, and it should help people, right? And people love these kind of courses. Why? Because they can learn a specific thing very quickly, right? If you create a course like 10 to 20 hours long, the completion rate is less than 5%. We discussed yesterday, right? It's less than 5%. And in some cases, like 1 or 2%. I've seen I was getting some statistics, like Unacademy. There's one, I will not, it's just like they have free courses provided. Their completion rate is in points. Less than 1% people who take the course complete the course. So, it's not good for you as well as for your audience if you create a huge program initially, and it's not going to help. So your program should be at least like 30 to 45 minutes or 60 minutes. That's absolutely okay, right? Let's talk about the next myth. I should be an expert, or I must be an expert. And the fact is, you are already an expert. If you have some experience, like you have some knowledge, you have worked on the particular field for some time. If you have some experience, it doesn't matter if you have like 6 months experience, 1 month, 1 year experience, or like 15 years of experience. You have experience. And when you have experience, you are eligible to teach, and you are an expert. Because remember, you are not going to teach to the industry experts, right? That's something should be very much clear in your mind, that you're not going to teach, or you're not going to create the course which is going to teach for like the industry experts. You're going to create a course for people who have no idea or little idea about your field, and you can teach them something so that you can bring them up to your level, or maybe like they can grow further. So you're not going to be creating for like experts. You will be creating only for people who need to get started in your field, right? So I hope you get the idea. You're already an expert. You don't need any certification. You don't need any a kind of degree to teach. That's something I can say, and it worked really great. If you forget these things, you can create launch courses, you can teach a lot of people would appreciate, and you will also make a lot of money, right? So that's the myth. I must be, or I should be an expert. Fact is, you are already an expert. So let me know if you think you are an expert. Just put below #expert, or yes, I am expert, so that we understand that we are breaking this myth, right? And we are moving forward, right? I want you to put that in the comments. Let's talk about the next one. I need a ton of experience. I see a lot of people who say that I need to have a lot of experience in this particular field, then only I'll be able to teach. But in reality, like if you have some experience, you can teach online. And there's never been an amazing opportunity like today, where you can create course in your room, and you can teach people around the world. It was never done before, and this is an amazing opportunity that you must not miss. That I believe, right? So if you have some experience, you got to teach, because when you teach, you learn more. That's also one of the ideas. So if you talk about my example, I started my online journey in like 16, 15, I think about, and a year and a half or maximum 2 years back. And still now I'm teaching this, how to create online courses, because I have done that. I'm doing this for the past 12 months or so, I have launched about like 15 courses. I think 15 months, about 15 courses I have already launched. So I know that, yes, I have experience and I can teach people. And also I'm not going to teach people who are already expert, right? Who have already done it. I'm going to teach people who really want to get started and want to package their knowledge and move forward, right? So that is one of the myths. I hope it's very, very clear to you now. Let me know if you have any questions, just comment below and I'll take that. Let's move to the next myth. The next myth is I need to create a perfect program. Perfection syndrome. that has killed like a lot of dreams in this world. So the objective is it can never happen, and you got to accept this reality that nothing can be perfect in this world and is never be perfect, because you just need to keep improving your stuff. So I've seen courses that when they launch, they have like they launch their first version. When students start taking their courses, then they get feedback and then they improve the course, and then soon it becomes amazing, right? People love their courses because they take some time and they improve their courses. Similarly, for any product or service that you can see out there, let's talk about the Facebook. When they launched, it was not a perfect solution, right, for people. Now still it's not perfect. We have seen a lot of improvements, but still it is not perfect because there are a lot of improvements that are going on, right? So you don't need to have a perfect program. It can never happen. You just need to launch it and then improve with time, right? So let me know in the comments if you have any questions around that. Then we can always discuss. Let's move to the next one. My program should have all the new information. That's one of the biggest myth people have, that how my course will be different from other courses out there, right? It should have all the new information, then only people would appreciate. And the fact is that you are an individual person. You have a different name, right? You have a different personality. You have different way of teaching. You have different experiences. There are a lot of different things which can never be replicated by other person, right? So your program will definitely be unique with your experience, and that's something I should tell you that you should understand. The reason is, for example, like when I launched my first course, I was like, I thought, okay, let me just start working with the technology that I'm working with, okay, and I want to teach those people. I saw that it is a Microsoft technology. Microsoft also has a program, right? It's also free, and people are taking it. They have about like 200 plus reviews during that time, and I was like, why should I create this course, because it's already available? And that was the biggest challenge that I faced. And then I realized, no, let's do it. Let's launch and then do it. Is teaching on projector allowed as per Udemy guidelines? As long as your video is clear, and people can see that, can hear you well, it's absolutely okay. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how you're going to teach on projector. Is it like you want to keep the slides on projector and record the projector screen? Let me know how exactly you're planning to do. But what Udemy wants is you can teach people. Your video quality should be amazing. People should be able to see what exactly your course is about. They should be able to read on the slides, and also the audio should be very clear. That's it. That's the only thing they need. Other than this, you can add your animations or whatever things you want, which I would not recommend for the first or second course initially, right? So as I said, your program should be unique it will be with your experience. It will definitely be unique, because no two experiences can be same in anywhere, right? you can see that you are studying, for example, you take the example of your college or school. You have two people have same subjects, but still they get different marks and they have different level of understanding, right? So that's something I would say you need to go for. Yes, I'm having PPT and teaching diagram explanation. I would say don't complicate, because projector would be, I would say a little, you just need to see how the lighting would be. And when you're recording projector, is it visible? the best way I would suggest is use the presentation that I am using the similar way, so that it is on the screen and people can see that. That's something you can do. That's the easiest way, but in case if you want to try it, I would suggest record a quick video and share it with Udemy for review, which I'm going to talk about in the third day, I guess. And then based on their feedback, you can improve, right? So that's something you can try. But the simplest way is I'm showing you. That's the simplest way you can do, right? Let's move to the next one. The next one is too much of competition. Of course, it's a genuine thing sometimes, and sometimes we don't know what exactly people are looking for. So the reality is, like, if you can help people, there's no competition. Your objective should not be focusing on competition. Your objective should be focusing on adding value to the people and helping them. How much value you can add, how much you can help, that will take away all the competition that you may have, right? So I was talking about my course. When I launched my first course, Microsoft also had the same course. It's a Microsoft product. So I was thinking, why would people take my course? Right? And I was thinking that Microsoft is kind of competition to me, which is huge. I cannot compete with them, and I don't think I will be able to survive if I launch something like this. But I said, okay, if I don't launch it, how will I know whether people like my way of teaching or not? So what I did, I launched my program. Now that course has more than 3,500 reviews. Microsoft one still like 300, 400 reviews they have. So a lot of people, more than like 30,000 people have joined. 30 plus 3,500 plus the reviews are there, and that course is performing better than Microsoft. Plus, when people search on Google, my course is on top of Microsoft course, right? So I would say never underestimate your efforts. If you have real desire to package your knowledge, make money, and help more people, then there is no competition, right? So that's something I would say. I hope it is gonna break your myth. And let's talk about the last one, which is kind of genuine for sure. If I teach this, what will I teach next? And we have a tendency as a human being that we want to keep our best for the last. That's common and that's natural, right? But what is that last? We do not know, right? I thought, like, I know these technologies, and if I teach this, what I'm going to teach next. But then I realized that if I continue to create every week, if I create a course for the next 10 years, I have the content. I can create courses. I can create like hundreds of courses. Still my course will still be there. Like, I will have more ideas when I launch those courses, right? So the fact is, once you start doing this, when I launched my first course, people said, hey, Abhay, you have given a good introduction of what you are teaching. We want to get in detail. We want to learn in depth. So can you teach us? So what did I do? I launched my main program, which is the mastery package, more than like about like 30, 40 hours of content, about like 300-400 videos, right? And that something is selling outside Udemy, which people are loving it. Hey, Bati, author of ERP books. Amazing. You're in ERP field. What kind of ERPs do you work with? Great. Would love to know more. Right. So that's also is a myth, right? Don't worry. When you teach one program, the next thing is people will say, okay, I need to learn more about this. Can you teach me more? Right. So that something is going to work really, really good. And I have like a lot of ideas. And I think you can take example. Gautam is also here. He is in college. He's creating courses. Whatever subject he's teaching, he's creating courses on that. And then he's selling those courses to students or people who want to learn, right? So there's no limit if you just want to get started. First, you get started and then everything will be easy, right? So these are all the myths. I hope I'm able to break all the myths. In case if you still have some questions, something that is holding you back, I want you to comment below and let's take this and let's break that myth and let's move forward, right? So that's something I wanted to share because I don't want anyone to keep anything before we can actually create something amazing. right? So I hope you got the idea of the myth. Let me know if you have any questions. I will take it. And if you don't have any questions, community is available. You're doing great. Thank you so much. You're most welcome. That's why we are here. And it's not just my community, it's our community, because my objective is that everybody should launch an online course and they should make money online. Some people may want to quit their job. Some people may want some extra money that should flow in automatically. And it can give you freedom of doing what you want. So that's my objective. I want to help as many people as possible. If it's working, then I'm glad, I'm grateful, and it will be amazing. So it's our community. You got to participate. You got to take action, and then I feel that my contribution will be I'll be happy doing that. So now let's talk about your topic, right? So first thing is, important thing, start with what you know. I see a lot of people, a lot of experts talk about find your niche. That's one of the biggest reason a lot of people who take courses, they're not able to move forward. Like when I took a lot of courses, I realized that they asked me to find what your niche is. It should be the combination of passion. It should be in demand, and it should be something that people would love to have, right? That's a good point, right? I'm not saying that's not a good point. That's a very valid point. You should teach what you love so that you don't feel like working, right? But what happens in that scenario is, okay, there's one question. I want to write on PPT. What would you suggest? How to do that? Which external device I need? Right, on PPT, you just need MS PowerPoint. If you have that PowerPoint, you can create the slides. When I'm working on this slides, when we go with the content creation, I'm going to share the presentation template, the same presentation template. You can modify, you can make changes, and you can create your own. I would say that's the best way to do it. Right. So when I started my journey 2 years back, I was struggling to find how should I get started with online business. I wanted to do that. So I took a lot of courses, spent a lot of money, and then I realized that everybody's talking about you need to find your niche. I was like, I have about 8 years of experience in a field, and you're asking me to find a niche. I already have a niche. Why would I find that niche, right? And why people get into that trap, because something which they are currently working on, especially for the working professionals, they don't love doing, they don't like their work. A lot of people, they don't like their work, and that's why they think that I should do something else, right? So I started getting into like leadership. I started getting into affiliate marketing and a lot of other stuff which I started to do. And soon I realized that I have a long way to go because that I'm not an expert in. So that was the biggest failure for me. And then I realized that whatever things I have learned about internet marketing, online marketing, all the other stuff, right? When I have learned these things, why shouldn't I not apply the same thing in my existing niche, what I'm working on, right? So then I started launching technology courses, which is like a game changer for me. And I would suggest that whatever you're currently working on, I want you to start with what you know, right? Don't get into a new field when you want to start this. Hey, Vikas, I know you love your work. I can see the updates. You're doing phenomenal work. And of course, you're not working professional. You are an entrepreneur, SaaS owner. And I see the updates daily. You're launching new thing. So please don't get offended. It's not to offend you. Kiraj, so I mean, I want to write and explain something on presentation. I guess I need digital pad, something like that. Okay, you want to teach on the screen. That's something you're saying. You can do that. For that, you might need to have some app where you're going to record your screen, and on screen you're going to write. It's like you need to do a handwritten stuff. So there are a lot of apps available which you can use, and that's something you can try. right? But I would suggest, if you have like a lot of, if you're trying to add a lot of complication, then it will be difficult. Let's first launch, let's get the feedback, and then we improve. You can try 100 things. Like, still I'm not trying new things because I know what's working for me. I'm just keep doing that. I still need to add a lot of animations in my videos, do a lot of professional stuff. I'm still not doing it because I feel that what I'm creating my courses, if you see, these are just screencast videos, and they work amazing. Out of six courses on Udemy, 3 of my courses are best selling, and it's just a screencast. Like, I'm not doing any fancy stuff in that, right? So I would suggest, let's launch first, because it's not going to be your last course, it's your first course, right? And then it's going to be amazing. Zoom is good. You can do that on Zoom. Start now. I like that. Yes. Yeah, I'm using Zoom. I'm streaming live directly on this Facebook group, so it works amazing. Okay, question. My books teach how to develop ERP software using ASP.NET, accounting modules, sales module integration, etc. I'm going to convert the books into online courses. Amazing. That's awesome. So you have the knowledge of ERP solutions, right? You know how to develop that, and if you can teach those people, like people want to love programming, want to learn programming, how to develop that. And also the ERP software needs a lot of business process knowledge. You need to know how the finance works, right? How the sales process works, how the purchasing, the manufacturing, all those processes. If you have books, convert them into courses. I would say don't create a huge course, create part of courses, like create 10 courses for your one book. Okay, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And so people can look forward to learn from you in coming forward, right? So that's an amazing thing. Love that. Right, so I would suggest start with what you know. Don't get into the field. Like I started teaching how to create an online course when I was able to launch a lot of courses of my technology, because I know the process and I realized that no, this is something I should do, and now I'm teaching. Similarly, I'm going to get into some other stuff, right? I'm going to get into like affiliate marketing. I'm going to get into teaching email marketing, webinar automation, right? Sales funnels, which I'm already implemented. Now I just need to use that and teach other people, right? So you can always move to the next field, no matter what. But first you start with what you know. It is going to save a lot of time, and a lot of people would love that. A balance from you to go on Facebook live on Facebook at all. You are handling a lot of great things in your community, because I love your work. Liz, if I begin with a few lessons and then add slides later, wouldn't that mean re-recording the entire lesson? If I begin with the new, let me just read it again so that I understand. With a few lessons, then add new slides later, wouldn't that mean re-recording the entire lesson? I would say that your videos will not be like, the lessons will not be big, will not be like 30 minutes or 40 minutes. It will be like 4 to 5 minutes, right? And before you can actually create your main course or the first course, you need to have the objective clearly defined. So maybe tomorrow morning, it's an evening in India, tomorrow morning we'll talk a little bit about sales funnels, so that you get the idea on how you should structure your courses if you have like a huge variety of courses, right? So I would say you can always add new videos to the course. That's okay, right? It's not going to be re-recording the entire lesson. I would say when you have launched your course, you need to have a specific outcome of that course. You can always add bonuses as per what people want to have, right? So that thing you can do. You can, like in Udemy also, you have option to add new videos. So you can add new videos, you can add bonus lectures, whatever the way you want, but your course should have a specific outcome right from the day one, right? So we'll talk about that when we get into day number 2 and 3, where we'll see what is your course is about and how it can help people, right? All right, so I hope I made my point. You need to start with what you know. Don't take something new. It's not going to help because you will need to learn, you will need to implement, and you will need to do a lot of research if you try to do something new. Second thing, you need to ask, what's the number one thing that you're really good at? Now, based on that, you need to let me see the question. It's a good point. I'm software that creating something, then tweaking and having to redo. I agree that having a clear outline, adding bonuses, yes. We'll talk about that. When we create outline, you will have entire thing in the single screen. You will know that what you're going to teach people. And of course, adding new bonuses can be done later, right? So I want you to ask yourself, what's the number one thing you are good at? Like, for example, if you know 10 things, you can create 10 courses, right? But I want you to start with what you are already doing, what you're good at, and what's the number one thing, right? So pick one thing. A lot of people get into a dilemma that when I am launching a course, I can launch on this, I can launch on this. This is not good, that is not good. And then they get into a limbo stage where they are unable to move forward, right? That is a very dangerous situation to be in because that doesn't get you anywhere. So I want you to ask yourself and think that what is the number one thing I'm good at? Doesn't matter what is a competition, doesn't matter that whether it's in demand or not. Our objective is that first you should launch your online course, the first course. And once you have launched it, you can always create new courses. That's gonna be amazing. But first you need to break this pattern of not creating courses. Once you have created one, you have broken the pattern. So now you can create as many as you want, right? So I want you to ask, what's your number one thing that you're good at? So at that time when I started, I did not know much about like internet marketing, online courses, those kind of things. So the number one thing was what I was good at is implementing enterprise solutions for companies, ERP solution, CRM solutions, or document management solutions, workflows, those kind of things I was really good at. So I started with that. Okay, and that has created a good passive income. And now I can start creating in different niches, which is I'm free from that, right? So you need to find out what exactly the number one thing you are good at, and then you can expand later, right? Next thing, very important, you are not going to create a big program. You're going to create an introductory program with a specific outcome. For example, I'm going to take my example of technology. Let's say I teach a customer relationship management solution. Every company uses customer relationship management, right? It helps you manage your customers' data, have interaction with them, and help you increase sales as well. So I do that, but it's a huge course. I cannot put that at all. So what I did, I created a course where I have given introduction of each module, each section that a CRM has. And in the last, I said, hey, this is a quick introduction for you. If you want to learn more, then I'm going to be launching number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. These are my 4 courses that I'm going to be launching. So when people took my course, they got the idea what exactly the CRM is. And then if they got interested, they said, okay, I want to learn in depth. Okay. And then you pitch them your main programs. It can be on Udemy, it can be outside Udemy, anything. But your introductory course should have a specific outcome, right? It can work in health as well. Like you can talk about that, how certain health practices can improve the health, right? The eating thing, exercising, meditation, yoga, whatever it is. You give the basic introduction, and then you can have them as one-on-one coach, right? That can be an upsell to your main program. So, there's a good way of upselling things, which works really great with the sales funnels. So we'll talk about that in the coming videos. So I would say your course would be introductory, right? Have a specific outcome, and make sure that it includes something which you're gonna sell later, right? So people should know what is coming next. They should not think that, oh, the thing is done. I have taken this course, I have learned it, now I don't have anything to learn from this person. They should not get this feeling. You should do something called seeding. Okay, so in every video you can talk about, like, You teach one tip and say that when I go in my mastery program or the main program, what I do is I get into detail of each one, and then based on that, people can learn more. So, you know, when you do these kind of things, people have in mind that, yeah, there's more which I can learn, right? So we're going to start with this introductory course. If you have already launched your course and if you want to do a big course, then this is something is not applicable for you. You can do that. But if you're just starting, then introductory course would be amazing. Next, as I said earlier, we are not going to create a huge course. Let's plan for 45 to 60 minutes, a maximum like 1.5 hour course, right? So when you say 45 to 60 minutes, your course will be like, you will have like 5 minutes each, about 9 videos or 10 videos, right? Or 5 minutes each with a specific outcome. And that's it. This is that's the easiest thing you can do. So when we go into our course outline, when we have clear outcome, we'll create a structure in such a way that it covers in like 45 to 60 minutes or maximum like 1.5 hour, 90 minutes, right? So just target on that. Don't worry about creating like 10 hours, 20 hours course. That you can do it later. Okay, so we'll target in 21 days to finish one course so that you are in practice. Again, don't worry about the market demand or competition. I'm gonna teach you in the coming videos how to do quick research, how to get people ready to buy, and how to create your market yourself. You don't have to rely on other things. Okay, there's a question. My course is on hydrosols. I know the talk titles later, but I was going to call it hydrosols for health to explain what they are and how to use them. Should I call introduction to this? Yeah, so I think you are going to get into details of that. First of all, a lot of people may not know what is hydrosols are. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Hydrosols. For health, right? So when they don't know, then creating a free introductory course would be amazing. Okay, that can get you leads, or you keep it paid, and we can create something like hydrosols for health, how it can help, what is the benefit out of it. So we are going to talk about that in detail in the coming videos, how to choose your title and subtitle, where you can identify that what is the outcome. Your course title and subtitle should convey an outcome. Okay, if it conveys an outcome, then, you know, if you just put introduction, that's absolutely okay. Okay, so I think we will cover that in detail, but yes, this is a good point. Even like I don't have any idea on what exactly it is, so I would love to learn what exactly hydrosols are for health and how it can help people. So I'm sure that a lot of people would love to see that. So we'll talk about the benefit, we'll talk about the outcome, we'll also talk about the title, how you should incorporate this thing in your title and subtitle so that you can attract more people. Okay. So as I said, don't worry about the market demand or competition, because see, you don't want to be, you can be, I'm not saying you cannot be, you can be on the top of your game with your first course, that's possible. But if it doesn't work, that's okay. Like if you're on like second or third or fourth, which is still very good, right? With the first course, it means you have a chances to improve, and you can really hit number one. So don't worry about the market demand and competition. Like when I started teaching my technology courses on Udemy, there was no demand. They said like have a marketing strategy to build demand. And now it is it's a great opportunity. Even if I create like 10 courses, it's still will be under delivered. I would say there are a lot of room available. So I was literally able to create a new niche in Udemy marketplace that is now serving a lot of people. So I would say don't worry about this competition as well as the market demand. If your stuff is good, it can help people, then it's gonna sell, and we'll talk about how it can work, right? So that's something is very, very important to know about the topic. So I want you to go through this slide again. You can watch this video again and consider these points and identify that what is the number one topic you're going to create the course on, the first course, right? We're not talking about all the courses, the first course in these 21 days. And I want you to be very focused, because if you lose focus, immediately you will get out of track and you will not be able to finish. Okay, so I want you to be focused, and let's do it first one, and then we'll see how it can work later, right? So that's there. Now you should also be very clear on what exactly, who this course is for, what you're going to create, right? So what the course that you will create, who will be the target audience. So I'm going to give you an example of this so that you understand, and based on your topic, your niche, you can define that who this course is for, right? So this is an example from my my niche, for example. So the people whom I'm looking to help are the successful trainers, coaches, consultants, or infopreneurs, people who have experience and knowledge, right? So you got to know whom you are going to teach. The second thing for me is they should have skills and knowledge to help people. Like, right, if they have it, then it's a good fit for me. That's the people I want to teach. They should have expertise in at least one topic. Very simple, right? A lot of people are experts, and I'm sure almost everyone has expertise in at least one topic. So it's a good audience selection. Plus, they should be an action taker. If they are planning to launch something online, they should take action. They should not worry about what's going to happen if I do this. They should always take action and improve. Okay, certain things will work together, but if they are action takers, then it works amazing, because I don't have to put much effort, right? They know what they are good at. I just need to give them a direction, and once they take action, it's going to work really good. So that's it. That's the basic thing for me. We can add a lot of things like where do they belong, like which geography they live, what's their age, right? What kind of things they like. You can add those kind of things later if you want, but certain things, basic things, you should know before you can actually start. So we'll not go into detail niche down. So I want you to ask yourself, what is your audience? Like whom you're going to serve, right? Who are those people whom you want to serve? And you can find a lot of people in the community itself. On the Facebook group, for example, you can see a lot of Facebook groups. We'll talk about that in the coming videos, that how to get people ready to buy before you can actually launch your course, right? So I want you to think about your topic and your audience as well, right? What you're going to teach. Don't go into detail. Don't do too much of work. Our objective is to get our first course out and make it a good course so that people can get some outcome, right? So that is, you need to find the audience. If you have any questions, just comment below. Right, so now let's talk about our last section of day one. It's called prerequisites. And I wanted to cover this on day one because sometimes you might need some time to bring those prerequisites or set up those prerequisites. I don't want you to hurry in the last that, hey, I want to record now, but I don't have this prerequisite, right? That's something I don't want. So I'm just going to tell you what prerequisite you should have. You can just check out, and in case if you already have some prerequisites like some microphones and other things, then you can post what exactly it is. I'm going to post a couple of links below this video where you can check whether you already have the suggested or recommended prerequisite, or you might need to get one, right? So number one is microphone. So microphone is very, very important. When you are trying to record on your laptop or your PC, I would suggest that you should go for USB microphone, right? USB microphones works really good. I'm using USB microphone. I have this is like an empty room. There's not much stuff, but still there's very less echo, right? So USB microphone makes it very easy. And, with the software, I can just reduce the echo completely without impacting my audio quality, right? So what I suggest is Blue Snowball, which is currently I'm using. You must have seen it. If not, let me just show you that. It's called Blue Snowball. It's an amazing investment. I bought it like 2 years back. And still working fine. So I just got this return immediately, like in a month. And it's like a wonderful investment to go for. Or you can go for Blue Yeti, which is the next version of it. It works amazing. I'm still stuck with Snowball because it is working fine, so I don't see the need. But when I'm going to upgrade, or when I'm going to take the new one, I will definitely go for Yeti or some other one. Right, so that is something, the USB microphones you can have. You can also you work with your headphones. If you have, you can just plug in and you can just see how the recording quality is, right? It's not mandatory, but it's always good to have. The second thing is, if you are recording the talking head, which is like you talking to the camera directly, then you might want to have lapel microphone. So lapel microphone currently, which I have, is called Rode, R-O-D-E, and they have amazing microphone. I can plug it in my iPhone and it can record the audio and video together with amazing quality. So that's something in case if you want to record yourself and teach on a whiteboard, or want to talk to the audience directly in the camera without the presentations, then lapel microphone works really good, right? So that's the microphone, pretty simple. Number two, you need a software to record, right? So what currently I suggest and I use is called Camtasia. It's a software that allows you to record your course. It can help you edit, and it can also help you produce. So what I'm doing when I'm recording, I have Camtasia software on. I plug in my webcam. It automatically detects the webcam and it has my video. I plug in my USB microphone, which is Blue Snowball. It automatically detects the audio, right? And when I start recording, it records my screen, which is the presentation. So I have the combination of my video, my audio, as well as my screen. So currently you can see this is an example of one of a kind of video that you can record. Similarly to in Camtasia, you can do that. Right, Camtasia works with Windows as well as Mac. Yes, you have ScreenFlow, wonderful. So for Mac, it works amazing. If you have ScreenFlow for Mac, I was about to come. If you have ScreenFlow, then you don't need to get a Camtasia. You can use ScreenFlow. It works amazing with Mac, and I have seen really good reviews of it. So you can continue with the ScreenFlow. Don't need to buy Camtasia. But in case if you don't have any software to record, there are also free options available, which I'm going to post the link just below this video, and you can find out if that's going to help you. But if you have ScreenFlow, Liz, then it's amazing. You should continue doing that. And for those who want to make one-time investment in your online journey, then Camtasia is an amazing software. You can go for it. It works on Windows as well as Mac. Right, so that's the software. Number three is webcam. So what kind of webcam you would need in case if you want to have a video like this, what you see on the screen where I'm showing the presentation, people can see me, which is on the right top side, and the audio is also working, right? So Logitech C920 currently I'm using. It is pretty good, right? I can create videos just with Logitech C920, like talking head. I don't need any high-tech stuff. In case if you have a good quality camera, then you can always use that. It works amazing if you want to create videos like talking head or the hybrid one, which you can see on the screen. But in case if you're looking for just screencast, just showing your system screen and teaching through the presentation, then you would not need webcam for now. Right, so it's not mandatory. If you want to create talking head videos, you can go for Logitech C920, pretty good webcam, right? And if you have like DSLR or something, then that's a wonderful thing, right? So these are three things, and of course, the most important, last but not the least, as we say, you need to have a quiet and oh, wonderful, you have that too. Amazing. So you're all set to launch your course, Liz, and I guess you just need to follow these 21 days and you will have your course ready. So I'm looking forward. Right. The last prerequisite is you need to have quiet and echo-free place. When you are going to record your course, there should not be much noise around. If you have noise, then you might want to cut this down. You might need to spend a lot of time editing your course. if you have a lot of echo in your, it's like an empty room, if you're using a microphone which records the echo of the room as well, then that's going to be problem, because when you're going to edit and when you're going to reduce the echo, it is going to distort your audio quality as well, right? So I would suggest find a place which is quiet and echo free. It doesn't have to be fancy, of course. Your objective is to record your course. When I recorded my first course, I guess second course, where still I had echo, I used pillows. I used like a blanket. I did a lot of things here and around, so that there's not much issue with the echo. So that's something is there. Is there any minimum or maximum size you need video to be uploaded on Udemy? Yeah, I think they have per video maximum is 4 GB. Maximum you can have is about 4 GB of the video size. That's something they have. Minimum, there's no minimum. Like you can upload 1 MB video as well, right? But maximum size is 4 GB as of now. If they change it later, then it's a different story, right? Cool. So just find out what you can do. I will suggest you the best way. You may have a lot of places in your house or in office or wherever you're going to record. Try to record a quick video, 15 seconds at one place. Okay. Then go to the second place, record, go to the third place, record. Okay. And then just you compare and see that which one doesn't have echo. If you don't have echo in your entire house, then it's amazing. You're good to go. All right. So these are the basic prerequisite. If you don't have these, you can get those. Also, I'm going to post a link, as I said earlier, which talks about a lot of free stuff. If you don't want to invest currently in microphone or software, then there are a lot of free software and free like the suitable microphones available, which you can use and you can do it. Cost of Camtasia, I guess it's $199 for lifetime. Recently, they have launched version 2018. Camtasia 2018, it's about $199. I guess you can go to website of Camtasia. You can check the actual price, but I guess it's $199 when I've seen this last time. Again, it's a one-time investment. It's not like you need to pay every year. It's like one time you need to pay and you can use it for the rest of your life, right? So that's the prerequisite. Not difficult, easy to get. Once you get it, you're all good to go, right? So in case if you have any questions, just comment below. And that's how I want to alternatives for a first course. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to post the links just below this video about the free tools that are available. In case if you want to take that, you can. Right? You can just try with that. I'll share the presentation as well. Yes, I will put this in the comments below this presentation so that you can refer it back. Plus, what I'm going to do, as I said earlier, I'm going to create a membership site for all of you guys, where I will post. I'm recording these videos, so I'm going to post these videos in the membership site so that you can watch again later. You don't have to scroll down on Facebook and search where exactly it is, right? So I'm just going to make it simple for you. The membership site you can access and you can watch whenever you want. And the next challenge itself will be using that membership site. And then for discussion forum, every day I will go live for just questions and answering any problems that you're facing, right? So I'm going to do that. I think I don't have to write much. It's like I just put the resources link, and also membership site I'm going to create in the coming days once everything is fine, right? So this is your task number 1. It's not much. Is this comments public? I mean, those who are not in the community. No, people who are not in the community, they cannot see the comments, only specific to this community. And that's why I'm doing only for this community. I'm not doing for like my public timeline, right? It's specifically for this particular community. So nobody will be able to see. It's specific to only community members. right? So you got to finalize your course topic, okay? Find out, go to the video again. I'm just gonna share with you the presentation. Finalize the topic, finalize the target audience. Don't go into detail. We'll talk about that later. And also get the prerequisites set up so that you're all set to move to the next stage, right? So that's the day number 1. I hope you found it useful. It's about 1 hour. I'm creating great content. Do you guys do Facebook Live, or how do you guys create content? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. But I feel this is one of the best ways to create content. Uh, you can just do a live, teach people something, and use that for later point of time. So I would say I'm gonna do one more course. The ideas can come immediately. Like, I'm gonna do one more course on how to create content quickly. So that's gonna be amazing. Yes, yeah, the community is growing. Yes, my plan is to add a lot of people so that we can help a lot of people launch their expertise. And of course, there are a lot of hidden gems available. They need to get exposed. They need to share their knowledge with other people so that other people can get benefit, as well as the person who is a gem can also get benefit. Right, so make sure you finish these things. If you have any questions, just comment below. I'll take about 1 or 2 minutes, and then I'm going to close this live session, and we'll talk tomorrow for day number 2. So for me also, I'm launching a certification course. I have finalized what exactly the topic is, who's the target audience, and everything is clear. All I need to do is just create the content and finalize the stuff. So I'm gonna keep sharing my progress as well. The next day, say day number 2, what exactly it is, I just need to check the schedule. I don't remember. It happens sometime. Where did I post? Yes, it is. So if you have any questions, meantime, you can just comment below. So day number 2 is finalize the title and subtitle. So we'll be talking more about what kind of title you can have that can help people and help your course sell faster, right? So we'll talk about some of the key considerations you must have before you can finalize your topic. So we'll talk about that in detail, and that's tomorrow's topic, and I'm excited about this. So that's it, guys. This is what I wanted to share today. I hope you get some value. If you have any questions, keep commenting below. I'm going to be around and I will answer all the questions that you have. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have fun, and see you tomorrow to finalize your topic, the title and subtitle. Bye for now.